Hi guys, welcome to my podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin Green, and I'm going to be talking about whether or not Joe Flacco is the next Peyton Manning.
No.
Okay, so it's no secret that all of us Broncos fans were shocked when we woke up last Wednesday morning to see that the Ravens' prize quarterback of 10 years had been traded to our team. To be honest, I personally felt an overwhelming amount of joy when I heard the news. I sent it to all my friends, family, and even shared it on Twitter. However, the reaction seemed to be a bit negative from almost everybody, and especially Broncos fans, which I found pretty interesting. I mean, certainly he's an upgrade from the great Case Keenum, who has been absolutely dreadful, in Denver at least. He finished 29th amongst 33 qualifying quarterbacks per yards attempts at 6.6, 30th in touchdown rates, 3.1%, and 29th in passer ratings at 81.2. But going back to Flacco, I don't think that anybody saw this trade coming. I mean, sure, anybody can tell that they were going to have to do something about our quarterback situation, but this was definitely news to us, and even Keenum didn't see it coming. But there was still so much animosity towards Flacco. I mean, I'm the first one to say I hate change, but if it's in the interest of my team, then I guess I'm all for it. Because I was so interested in knowing why everybody was hating on him, I began to look up everything I could. And the first thing I came across was Flacco's 2018 season, where he didn't exactly do well. He only appeared in 9 games, completing 61% of his passes for 2,465 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions before suffering a hip injury and ultimately being replaced by rookie Lamar Jackson. However, Flacco had his glory days way back when. He was drafted in the 18th pick on the first round of the 2008 draft out of the University of Delaware. In his first season, he threw for almost 3,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, while he started all 16 regular season games and became only the 8th rookie quarterback to start a playoff game. He has repeated successes in the later seasons and has gotten Baltimore to the playoffs in his first 4 NFL seasons. He has won 1 Super Bowl in 2012 against the 49ers and was named Super Bowl MVP. So, with all of that, you would think that people would be optimistic about the trade. But just as the stats show, all of that happened years ago. And it's no secret that he's been on the decline for some time now. And this brings up the question, why would John Elway decide to spend tens of millions of dollars to acquire a seemingly now average quarterback? Well, it seems like Elway has a type. Tall, dark, and handsome. Elway himself is pretty tall at 6'3", Tim Tebow is 6'3", Peyton Manning is 6'5", and then you get to the really tall ones, and this is where the Elway Factor seems to come in. Both Brock Osweiler and Paxton Lynch are tied for the tallest quarterbacks to play in the NFL in this millennium at a whopping 6'7". It's clear that Elway has a thing for tall ones, and maybe he thinks that their height combined with Denver's high altitude will help throw the ball higher and with more power. Either way, this idea would make sense as to why he wanted Joe Flacco, who just so happens to be 6'6". Now, if we compare both Flacco and Manning's last seasons with their old teams, so Flacco's being with the Ravens and Manning's being with the Colts, it's hard to find similarities. Manning's passer ratings have been steady between 90 and 120, while Flacco's have been very staggered and hasn't even gotten over 100. Manning has an average of well over 4,000 yards, while Flacco is just barely reaching it. So, what does John Elway see in Flacco? In my opinion, I think he's just hoping for another veteran miracle. At 34 years old, he doesn't have much time left. I think Elway was unhappy with what we had with Keenum, and he wanted to give another oldie a chance. Will it work? Probably not. In my opinion, Joe Flacco is nowhere close to becoming the next Peyton Manning, but in true Broncos style, with always coming back in the fourth quarter, I guess we'll have to wait and see what Flacco's got.